Hey, I'm Brett McLaughlin. I'm the CTO and head of product at Carbon6, and I'm here with Nikko, the co-founder of Junglytics, and now proudly part of our team here at Carbon6. And Nikko, I know you're really deep into the AI field, and so I have to ask you, right, as someone who is involved as well, right? We're all hearing about AI, but a lot of the time it's all kind of behind the curtain. You know, is this really happening? What's really going on? What is all this revolution? I think for most people, GPT is the closest we've come to really understanding what AI does. So maybe you can demystify, especially in the context of our industry, what's important about AI? Why have you guys put so much effort into it? And how do you see that being transformative?
Yeah, it's a great question. And we're hearing this from sellers all the time too. Like we were at a trade show and I sort of stopped everyone who walked by our booth and asked, like, what does AI even mean to you as an Amazon seller? And I think, two things are immediately true to me. One is that in some ways, everything new is old. We passed the Turing test in the 60s.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that, but a lot of this chat stuff we've been doing for decades.
Sure.
What is new is the level of compute power and how much it can actually be practically integrated to some of the things that we do with Carbon6 and Junglytics to support sellers. So one of the things we've really seen stand out is we can use these new generative AI systems to act as like a translation layer. So you can ask that high-level business question, and then behind the scenes, we can do all the same hard work we normally do as engineers to get that right database query, to pull that chart together and serve that accurate data. And I think we've seen that with ChatGPT if you're just asking it to like Wikipedia style come up with answers,
right,
it's going to get it wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is why we don't do it that way.
Right. So how should we think about this, right? Is it just now I'm going to type into the computer? Is GPT the interface of the future? Give me some sense of what's possible here.
Yeah.
Is it just that I get to type now and not use a mouse, or how do I think about this as a seller in particular?
It's a great question. And I think to some extent, we're all waiting to see what's going to work best. I mean, a lot of us were really impressed by some of the new demos coming out of like OpenAI and Google and others of that like real-time voice interaction.
Right.
Well, yet to be seen, like the word promised that was Siri and Google Assistant on our phones. That didn't work out either.
Not so great. Fun at a party, but not necessarily that useful.
Exactly. But I do think we're starting to approach reality for some of those workflows. And I wouldn't be surprised if some folks, particularly, sellers on the go, juggling multiple businesses, might start using that voice feature to get those answers quick. Like, are any of my listings down?
Yeah.
Do I need to restock any inventory? And I think those are real things that we could deliver together as Carbon6 and Junglytics.
Yeah, and it seems like, as I'm seeing, the people that are successful are not necessarily throwing the kitchen sink at AI. They're being very judicious.
Yeah.
Right. And it seems like at Junglytics, and now as we've started to talk about what we're going to do together at Carbon6, that's been the theme, is not let's use AI for everything, but where are the right places to use AI? So how do you sort of think about what's a good candidate for AI and what is maybe traditional programming is fine and it's just a party trick if we put something in here?
Yeah, great question. And I think, we've chatted about this before, but I think of it almost like an iceberg, right? We've done all of this good foundational work that's all below water. And then we have this tip on top of the water that might be that conversational interface, right? And the beauty there is that we can be really quick and nimble to try different access layers to that. We don't have to bet the whole farm on this one big magic AI thing. We can go case by case of, if you want to ask, are any of my listings down? That can be a voice thing.
Absolutely.
Or if you want to find a way to get that quick table or CSV that you need, that can be a different textual interface with charts and dashboards.
Right.
But underneath all of that is that, to your point, same core good software, data processing, and everything else. Because that's really the foundation everything else is going to be built on.
Yeah, and it seems like at the end of the day, one of the real magical things is AI is going to allow me to ask a question or to try and find something out and not have to get exactly the right sequence of words or the right click or we've all had that where somewhere in the software is the thing I need.
Yeah.
And I just keep clicking around and I saw it once a month ago. Does that feel like part of what's special about this too, is just allowing us to, it's natural language we talk about.
Yeah.
The interface is now tailored to me instead of what someone thought I might need.
100%. And I think we've seen huge strides on that where you don't need the right incantation
Yes,
anymore.
Exactly it.
But now you can ask it just like you would your colleague. And we saw that with our even prototype at Junglytics of folks using it like they would Slacking someone or using Microsoft Teams of, hey, what was this answer? What was this number? And we're seeing that getting more and more and more accurate. I think, we've talked about how critical it is to deliver that accuracy to sellers. Because if the output chart doesn't match Seller Central or whatever else source of truth you're looking at, then it doesn't matter how cool the interface is.
Well, I think ultimately that's what we're excited about at Carbon6 as these guys come on and really superpower our team, is taking a broad set of data, a broad set of tools, and not just unifying them, which we're already doing, but like you said, cutting through the confusion about how to just get to the outcome I want as a seller. And I know we're unbelievably excited to see how this revolutionizes not just our tools, but the entire industry.